Hi there! Welcome to another Dreaddogs Reviews. Today we're going to take a look at two similar Disney legacy hilts. The first Disney calls Rey's Saber, but in actuality it's Anakin's final saber from Revenge of the Sith. This is a saber that Obi-Wan then passes down to Luke, who loses it on Cloud City during his duel with Vader. We see it again with Maz Kanata, who gives it to Finn, and eventually ends up with Rey. Calling it Rey's hilt is accurate. It's better to call it the Skywalker hilt. The second hilt is what comes next. After the duel with Rey and Kylo Ren, the Skywalker hilt was split in two. Rey keeps both parts, and spoiler alert, during the Rise of Skywalker, we see that she has repaired it. Let's start with the Skywalker hilt, this one here. As detailed on Wikipedia, the original hilt carried by Mark Hamill in A New Hope was made from the flash attachment of, and I'm going to read this, Graflex 3 cell flash unit. This was a flash tube attachment used on old school cameras, and it would sit kind of like this, and there would be a big flash attachment there. As a result, this style is often called a Graflex lightsaber, and there are several versions available from third-party vendors, toys, and even a Black Series version, which I have here. The Disney version, the Disney Legacy version that is, comes with the display case but nothing under the back black cloth. So similar to the other Legacy sabers, there's nothing under here. It does have a black plastic cap to cover the emitter, but that's about it. I do think it's slightly bigger than the on-screen version. It feels slightly bigger. Again, I think this is because of the batteries. The hilt itself has some nice detailing. The T-strips on the bottom are a soft plastic, which gives it a nice grip, and the screws are similar to how it looks in Empire Strikes Back. The ridges here on the back of the switching chamber are not decals. They're actually ridges. It's pretty nice and is a nice bit of authenticity. And then, of course, we have the bunny ears. Set this one aside. And when we look at the Reforged saber, it's the same design, but Disney has added a quote-unquote leather strap holding it together, which you can see here. You can also notice that the switch is actually shorter and seems to be a little thicker as well. I guess it makes sense that the switch would have broken in the struggle and either came out shorter or maybe Rey had to provide a new one. There are also some weld marks on the sides, which you can see here. See if we can get zoomed in on this. I'm not sure how these could be improved. They're just tampo prints. There's no surface to them. They're okay. It doesn't make it feel worse, and it gives it a little bit of screen authenticity, but it feels like maybe doing some actual welding would have been an opportunity to put more character in the saber. The pommels, however, are different. Rey has removed the O-ring and replaced one of the T-bars with a long, thin covered tech belt clip, and I'll show you that in just a second. You can see there's that O-ring from the original saber. And if you look at the T-bars, there's a double wide here. Now, the interesting thing is this is also found on Kylo Ren and Ben's saber, which I'll be doing reviews of in the future. However, there is no belt adapter in the box for this cover tech clip. I don't know if I missed it. I don't know if mine is missing it. I have some questions out to Disney to ask, and I'll be back in the parks in March, and we'll definitely get an answer by then. But there is no way to clip this to your belt currently. Let's compare both of these to the Black Series lightsaber, which I will bring into frame here. And I will set this down for now. Probably the biggest difference, and let's start with, let's get you set down there. Here we go. Outside of the fact that the Black Series cannot remove its blade, the biggest difference is with the greeble on the top. And it's not a huge difference, but there is, this greeble along the top. You can see on the Black Series, there's a little bit of detailing here, where on the Legacy Saber there is not. Otherwise, they're very similar. They both have the same ridges. That's the warning sticker, so it's not supposed to be there, but it is what it is. So let's put in blades into these. So I'm gonna set that aside. Grab one of Disney's proprietary blades. Take out the blade cap. Slide this in. Turn it till the key works. You can hear the confirmation that it's in there. And then give it the twist. And these twist really hard. There we go. Got it. So got this one. I will lay it down here. Grab another blade. And do the Reforged. Take out its cap, push the cases back a bit, and again, turn these until they slide in. One thing to note on these blades, if you remove the sticker, it actually does make putting the blade in a lot easier. There's a noise, and then let's get in here and get it turned. Turn. All right. And then we'll fire them up. We'll start with the Skywalker saber. A little more responsive to the whooshing, but still has that delay that we've seen in other Legacy sabers. Turn on the Reforged. I'm pausing because they sound almost identical, but I'm getting a little bit of crackling out of this one. I want to believe that's on purpose. That would be really cool if that's something Disney did on purpose. You just hear the click. It could be that I have a bad speaker in mind, but if it's not, that's a really neat detail to add that it makes a noise. All right, so now we're going to turn on the Black Series. See if I can get these to line up. Okay. They're all lit up. So for the sound, very similar to what we've seen with some of the other Disney hilts. Clearer sound, deeper bass, more rumble. There's a lot more of a vibration here. Sounds kind of rough. We look at the blades, you definitely see the difference in the colors. These two are near identical. This is more muted. These are brighter. So all in all, slightly better technology than these. These look a little better, but again, we still have that delay that we see in the Legacy hilts around the swooshing. Let's take a look at Flash on Clash. See if I can get it to clash. There we go. So we do have the Flash on Clash. Turn these off and do a little bit of wrap up. So where do you go? As usually, it really depends on what you want and what you can lay your hands on. At the time of this video, you can buy the Black Series from sellers on Amazon for around $200. If you can get to Galaxy's Edge or have a friend going, you can pick up the Legacy Saber for $129 plus another $50 for the blade if you want it. I'd say in that case, the Legacy is a better option. On eBay, these are selling at over $200 currently. And so if you ask, which is a tough price, right? If you ask for my 2 cents, I'd say the Legacy Sabers are simply better because they can be displayed without the blade. And when you do put the blade in, they're a richer quality and sound. So that's my thoughts on the Graflex version sabers from Galaxy's Edge, both the Ray saber and the Reforged saber. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments, so feel free to comment below. And as always, I really appreciate you taking your time to spend with me and hear my ramblings about lightsabers. I hope you have a great day and a fantastic year.